Alright team, I'm about to show you guys how to really quickly, simply, easily, cleanly enable payments inside of your Jigy generated project. Now, in able to do that, you have to have a PayPal account and a developer account with the PayPal API. So I'm going to show you guys how to set that up. I know you know how to do PayPal. You can get an account with PayPal, but I'm going to show you developer. So let's go to developer.paypal.com. Now, all you need to do on here is come over and sign up. This is if you haven't already signed up. Come here and sign up. It's just going to ask you the standard sign up questions. And then after that, once you signed up and you validated your account, you'll be able to come in and generate a client ID and a client secret for your test and production environments. Now, and it's not like you have to do anything special. You just click a button and they generate it for you. You can just copy and paste it. But you're gonna need these in order to enable payments inside of your Jigy generated project. And what this allows you to do, man, is just skip over that complicated PayPal API. So let's go and start Jigy generator. Now, if I said it once, I said it a million times. I keep a shortcut to Jigy generator on my desktop because I use it for every application that I build. So let's run it. Okay, here we go. We're on the terms and conditions. Make sure you read it. Click on it. Now the requirements page. I want to spend a little more time on the requirements page today because I'm getting feedback that people may not really understand what it is that they need. So take a look at these requirements on these check boxes. This is what you need. You need a functional MySQL database. You need a user who has access to that MySQL database and also has access to the informational schema inside of the MySQL database. You need a NetBeans IDE, and you need a user and contact table. And this is important. It's optional, but it's important because this is how login automatically works inside of your application. Because it needs a certain table structure. So you click this download SQL script button, man, you can get a script that automatically creates a user table and a contact table for you that's Jigy generator compliant. And what we recommend is, so you just click this button download, but what we recommend is this. Every project that you use, man, started off with this script. Click this button, download the script, and start it off like that. Now you'll have a user table and a contact table automatically. Now from there you build out your model. And what this does is this also enforces a data-driven approach because your data is the most important thing in your application, right? And matter of fact, it's more important than the application. You can build multiple applications on top of your data. So this forces a data-driven approach. You build out your model, and then you just allow Jigy generator access to it, and we're going to work magic. This is a wizard. We're going to work magic. So please make it a habit of building out your entire database model before you come to Jigy generator, because if not, you're gonna lose some of the power of this thing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're gonna lose a lot of the power of it. I tell you what, I want to show you our table really quick. I want to show you guys our table. Check this out. We have the world database. Look, now it's not the standard world database that you find in MySQL because we added the user table, the contact table, and some more tables. But we get that by downloading this script, clicking this button, downloading that script, and we execute that script against every database that we build. Let's move forward. Okay, let's begin configuring our project. We can call this test payments. That's what we're doing. We're going to test payments out. We're using the world database. I already know we have to do the JDBC URL. Now, This is the same URL that you would have to put inside of your application to allow your application to be able to access your MySQL database. Same thing, right? So, okay, we have that, so let's just use that. We add world to the end of it. Now, let me explain this. Localhost. That's the host that your database is on. The computer that it's on. So ours is running, let me say mine, I don't want to say ours. Mine is running on my laptop. So I just say localhost because localhost is my loopback address, right? But if you're running yours on, say, a Mac computer upstairs in your office on the same network, and the IP address of that one is let's say 192.168.1.109. Then instead of localhost, you will have 192.168.1.109, right? Because that's where your MySQL database is. That's where it's listening at. Then that's where you need to connect to. That's how your application knows how to get to that database. So let's put this back. Now next you have the port. Now mine is listening on port 3306. Yours may be listening on 4405. If yours is listening on 4405, don't put 3306 right here. Put 4405. Put 4405 right here. Okay? Alright, so the next thing is your database name. Ours is world. Not sure what yours might be, but just replace world with your database name. And then so now you have your URL. Everything else in the URL is standard. The format is standard. Those are the three things that will vary for you. Okay, so we have that. Now, the next thing that we have is your database username. Make sure that this is a user that has access to the informational schema inside of your database. What I typically do is I use the root user. But, I mean, a lot of people don't want to use the root user. But the thing is, you can always change it. So once your project gets generated, just change it. Create an actual user. And even I'm in my development environment, so it doesn't really matter even. This isn't like this is going to be the user that I'm going to have in production, right? So I'm just going to use my root user. I put his password in, and then I go for my base package. So com.testpayments. This is what we're going to do. And this base package, when we say base package, meaning this is going to be the package structure underneath your source folder inside of your project. Okay, so the only other required field that we have is where's Jigy Generator client located on your computer. So let's go find it. Mine is right here. So all I want to do is copy and paste this folder into that field, just to let the application know where it's located at. Okay, now here's where the payment stuff comes in. These 4 fields right here. Now first you have your sandbox client ID, secret client. So these are the 4 fields that relate to PayPal. These relate to payments. Now all you want to do is you want to fill in that client ID that you generated on the PayPal developer site. Let's go back over here and look at it. When you signed up for the PayPal developer site, remember once you got in, you hit generate and it gave you a client ID and client secret for production and for your sandbox environment. All you want to do is paste these in to these fields. It's very simple. So I'm just going to grab mine. And grab that. Boom. Boom. Let me grab that. Boom. Boom. Now I'm just using the same one, my sandbox one, for both, just because we're just testing. Don't worry about it. You actually put your sandbox ones in sandbox fields and the production ones in the production fields. But once you get this done, man, you're ready. I guarantee you, once you generate your project, payment's gonna work. Make sure you read terms and conditions, and we're gonna create our project. Your project is ready. It's ready. It's quick. It's your NetBeans project. So let's download this thing. Alright. So it's through downloading. That was fast. That was really fast. So it's through downloading. Now let's extract it. Okay, it's extracted now. So let's go to NetBeans and open up our project. Here we go. We got our project. It's opening up. Okay, scanning the project. This is good. This is good. Okay. We're 99%. I'm just trying to wait for 100%. I don't know if y'all do that. I get in the habit of just waiting on the scanning. I don't know if everyone does that. Because sometimes it'll give you an error when there's actually no error, just because it hasn't finished fully scanning and understanding what's all in the project. But now that we're done, let's go into it. Look at all these. I mean, this is what Jigy generator, the project that it gave you. Look at this. All these tables inside of the world database. Come back over here. We have a DAO for each one of them. And along with the base DAO. We have domain objects for each one. We have exception objects, interceptors. I mean, what? This is just all generated for you. Look, services. There are already services in there that work. Servlets, utility files. I mean, Jesus Christ. Solar Searcher. Come on. This is Solar Searcher. Who's used Solar before? Have y'all used that? I like Solar. It's pretty good. Validation objects. This is what it creates, man, and you didn't have to do a single thing. Let's run it. Run. Let's run it. Just make sure it works. Everything's working good. Alright, here we go. You got your project. Let's just type something in and make sure it works. Let's just type anything. Username, password combination incorrect. The only way it could know it was incorrect is if it connected to the database. Right? So we know that's working. Okay. So let's go to the database. I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm just going to pull all my users up. Look. These are my 2 users in the database. I'm just going to copy one of them. And then I'm going to show you that this actually works. So the password for this user is testing123. Okay, log us in. Look, it's even smarter than even you would imagine it was. Let's look. Account not activated. Please check your email for activation account. Look, it still didn't let me log in because it realized that I had not activated my account yet. And it actually did send me an email. It did send me an email, and I didn't respond to the email. I didn't go into my email and verify the account. So it won't let me log in right now. That's cool, right? That's cool. And keep in mind, this is just the same data. We use the same database all the time, so all that data was already in there. I know we haven't actually done that in the application, but we have done it on that database before. So let's go to documentation, get Jigy, and we're just gonna go down. We're gonna scroll down to the payment section right here. Okay, so this is the code that you would use for payments. Now, it's simple. It may not look simple, but this code, all this code does is create a button. It's just a button. It has a lot of stuff in it, but it's just a button. So I'm gonna copy that code, and now I'm gonna explain it to you before we go any further. You have the plan variable. That's how much you charge into the card. The item description variable. That's a description of what your user is purchasing. And make sure on the plan variable that it's formatted correctly. So if you look in the documentation, it's 10.00 if you want to charge $10 to them. Right. So you have the plan variable. You have your item description. That's a description of the item that you're charging the person for. You also have a unique key. Your unique key is, for example, a user ID. This is just something that you can send along with your payment request, and Jigy Pay will send it back to you so that you understand, in case you lost a session or something like that, you understand who it was that made this payment, which one of your users it was that just made a payment. Right, so you can send a unique key. It's optional. The item description is optional also, but I recommend always including an item description, because your user may get a charge on their card and not realize where it comes from. The last variable is your forward link. And the forward link is just after my user gets done paying, where should you forward them back to? I'm going to provide you a link to forward them back to. That's what the forward link is. And then the last thing is domain name, but you don't have to worry about that. Jigy handles all that for you. So let's copy this code. Okay. And then we're going to come over here to the index page. And we're just going to copy this code into the index page. So let's get rid of this. We're going to well form our document. The head. Give me some space. Body. Boom. Give me a little more space. And I'm going to paste this in. Okay. And then I'm just going to go over. Oh, hold on. We got an error. So let me import helpful. It was just saying it couldn't find the helpful. Look, if you guys don't know what helpful is right now, please take some time to look it up. It's a library that Jigy created. It only comes with the Jigy generated projects, and it is one of the most helpful APIs that you'll ever use. That's why we call it helpful. Look into it. For instance, this get property method. All you do is pass it the request object, pass it the name of your properties object, and the property inside of that properties file that you want to get the value of, and it just gets it for you. It just does little helpful things like that you would normally have to try to think about and figure out how to do it. It just does it. A lot of little things like that. Look into this. You just type helpful dot and read all the methods. Okay, but I got sidetracked a little bit. But moving forward, let's go to footer.jsp and grab common.js out of here. And I just always grab it out of here. I could have just typed it in, but I'm lazy. So I just grab it out of here, and I'm going to paste it in my head. Let's paste it again because I need to also add jQuery. I just always add jQuery and common.js to every page. So here it is. It's under the vendor folder. So let's do vendor /jQuery dash 1.10.1.min. Okay. And then let's format this thing, make it look a little bit better, look pleasing to the eyes, and we're gonna save it. Alright, so now that we saved it, we don't have to run it again because it automatically, NetBeans automatically deploys on save. So now let's just refresh. See what we get. It's thinking about it. Boom, okay. Finally, we got it. So it's just a button, right? Pay now. That's all it says. Now you can replace this button with any image or anything you want. Then you know this is just standard, comes with it. You can replace that. Don't worry about that. You can change that. So look, now we come back. This isn't gonna work right now. We have to change these variables, right? So let's say I want to charge $20 to my user. Now you can hard code these things. You can do it dynamically in your JavaScript. I'm just hard coding it right here for the sake of, let's say this is a Jigy donation. I'm just hard coding it. So we're gonna make our description, donate to Jigy. We're just hard coding. This is the same across the board. Unique key. I don't need this because it's just a donation. I'm not trying to track the payment for, you know, to activate a service or something like that. So I'm going to delete that. And then my forward link. So I want to give my users a thank you page after donating. That's what I really want to do. But the thing is, I don't have a thank you page yet. So what I have to do is I have to make a thank you page, right? So, but first of all, what I want to do is I'm going to make a controller to display the page. So let's go to the display controller. I'm just going to copy this method right here that displays the index page. I'm just going to copy that. Boom. Did that. Now I'm just going to change this to thank you.html. I'm going to change that mapping. And then I'm just going to copy that and make the method name the same thing. And delete this code and put return thank you. And that's just saying that let's make this a string instead of my view. Now just when I say I'm going to return thank you, that doesn't mean that thank you is what's going to display on the page. What that means, this is Spring. If you need to understand this, look in the Spring. But this just means that there's going to be a JSP under my JSP folder named thank you. Display that JSP. Right? So let's go make a JSP name thank you. We're going to go WebINF JSP, new JSP, and we're going to name this thing thank you. Finish. Alright, we got that. Let's just change the title. Alright. We do appreciate all donations because it really helps us. It gives us the time and the space necessary to make Jigy Generator even better. I would write all that, but I don't have to. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's grab this URL, man. And we're going to go over to the index page and we're going to set up our forward link. Now we can replace this with that. We're going to take that off and just put thank you.html. Boom. Right? Using the localhost as our forward link. So now we're saying forward them back to thank you. And then that thank you controller method that we made is going to display the thank you page. Right? Okay, so it's saving, it's deploying. Okay, that should work. Let's go and refresh the page. That should work. Let's see what happens. Alright. Alright, look, hey. We got a payment page, right? Let's type in some random stuff, man. Just some random stuff to make sure that it works. I just want to make sure that it works. So let's type in some random numbers. We're going to give an expiration month, a year, the code on the back of your card. Let's hit continue. Hi, my name is Kelly Brooks. I put that in the wrong spot. Hold on. Brooks, okay. Random street address. Jigy Lane. Get Jigy. Let's do Get Jigy Lane. 717 Get Jigy Lane. City, Atlanta, Georgia. 30303. And they say pay now. Credit card number. Value is invalid. So we gave it just a random number. It tried to process it and it didn't work. It works, right? Let's go back to the site. Let's just make sure our forward link works. Now this take me back to the site link. Takes us back to our forward URL also, right? So we appreciate it. That was our thank you page, right? Now one of the things I want to note is that the forward link is the same for if you cancel. So where you see now, you see outcome equals canceled, or if the payment is successful, it'll just have a different outcome. So when it comes back to that method, or even you can do it in your JSP, make sure you check the outcome of it. That's how you know if the user canceled it or if the payment went through successfully. So great, we know that payment works now. It was really simple and really easy. And look, this has been a gift from us to you guys. Please donate. All right.